Sorry.
We should tell people that we wanted to try recording, just to practice recording this meeting. So hopefully that's okay with everybody.
Gotcha.
I put it on my computer, but I can't get it. No. It means I can't use my phone. You have to have your phone and your computer at the same time. And I don't like that. I
So
can't.
this is the chat. We can chat if we wanted to type something while we're
They're
doing
gonna
this.
have a board's phone.
Those are people from the different states. I'm sorry, you can well talk to if you don't care.
Can you mute your phone?
Yeah.
Those are people from the other states that are doing the grant like we're doing, so we'll get to see all our faces. Make faces.
So I'm the outreach. You guys know that I'm the outreach coordinator. We will go by introduce our state. So, but if people are trying for since it's all together, can you please introduce one person from each state?
This is from Advocate Central.
Introduce yourself so for the people that aren't in the same office together. Who's here from Maine?
Got it.
Hi, this is Sandra from Maine. Who's here from Vermont?
Max from Vermont.
Who else is in the room? Hillary and Sky are here. And Emily and Rich. And Karen Tupper is on her way. Hey, Sarah and Dina, you want to say your name?
Thank you.
It looks like you're still on mute, but we see your face.
Us? No, they aren't us.
Student people from Vermont. Who is here at Massachusetts? Harry.
Is that ours?
She is. You press *6.
Oh, we can put ourselves through here. Oh, but they're not using this piece. Never mind.
Yeah, press that.
Did I just make it full screen or did I make it smaller?
Yeah. Who is here from New Hampshire?
I did make it full screen.
Table what?
You can unmute your phone.
Did you hear?
Yeah, I heard you.
Okay.
There.
You know what? We should mute ourselves until we get something to say. Oh,
Can you introduce yourself, please?
I'm Andrew, this is Deb, and this is James back here.
Keith.
late!
Late, other than that, we don't know.
He's coming from work, so.
Who's here from New York? Happy from Long Island.
Buffalo?
And Sophia is not from Buffalo. We're all in
I'm
separate
gonna pass
places.
you in the front. All right, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Excuse me.
So now we're going to talk about...
You made me want my cheese things already. Where are my cheese crackers that were in here?
Sorry, this is Sky. Can we jump in and just mute their phones, please, when they're not...
Are you Scott's dad? Yes. I'm Deb. Hi.
You're wearing
beautifully. Yeah.
Make sure that the mic is right next, not next to you.
I'm doing good.
Okay, I'm lost. I'm gonna come back.
Thanks, guys. That's awesome.
Gotcha.
Do you want to remind people where we're at?
So we were talking about meeting etiquette. What do we want our meetings to look like? It is important to have good meeting etiquette because it is respectful to have each other and give a chance for everyone to speak. I would like us to come with it.
Sorry.
With a list of ways we can be respectful to each other during the meeting. Example of good etiquette is in a meeting would be talking one at a time and showing up to the meeting on time. What do people think would be good etiquette in a meeting? We will post this list before each meeting.
Ask us. We can say. Do you want answers for that question?
Yeah, you can answer it.
Hold it up to the webcam.
We can't see it.
Gotta move it closer. Okay. Can you see it now?
Oh, so that says we have a question.
What's your question, Rhode Island?
We don't have a question. That's an example of etiquette.
Oh,
So to raise your hand if you have a question or to type a message or hold up a piece of paper?
Yes.
Great.
yeah. Anybody else?
No.
I'm raising my hand.
Yeah?
Another thing we do at our meetings, if somebody comes like halfway through the meeting, we shouldn't stop and like tell them everything we did already because we're recording it so they could look at it and it won't stop us from finishing the meeting on time.
Yeah. That's a good one. We should keep going.
Any other
This
suggestions?
is Sophia from New York.
Yeah?
I think you're trying to email
Well,
us.
I'm
I'm sorry.
not on the computer. I'm just on the phone. So I can't electronically raise my hand, but I usually would just say my name first. Then I have something I want to say. So I don't know if that can be a rule, but
Yeah, you can say as well.
it's sort of a etiquette to say who you are, where you're from, and then ask that you have a question or a comment.
Yeah.
If you
That'll
can't
work.
raise electronically. Then do we have the rule of your phone? Put your phone on mute when you're not speaking.
Yeah, sweet. We're trying to get that. We're working on that.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
a good idea.
that's what I would add if that wasn't already on the list.
Yeah, want to mute ours until we say something?
Great. So this is
If other
Jack
people
from
did
Vermont,
that, we
and
wouldn't hear that
I'm
fuzz that's
taking
going on.
notes.
Some
So
people
if
have
you're
their phones.
typing,
They should mute it. That's why the fuzz is
that's what
from.
it
And Stockholm, Illinois, there's a meeting going on next door to us, so.
They should start
True.
recording also. That's why they're not saying anything.
Kind of like when we had that meeting when I was off.
See, update on,
Yeah, because
us on
We
the
could remember those, I know.
Self-Advocacy News and Technical Assistance Plan. What is new in Maine?
Nothing much. Just we had our board meeting for Super yesterday, and we are getting ready in these 2 weeks. We're getting ready to have our Super statewide conference here in
Thing
the
about
state of Maine.
experimenting with that iPod meeting last week because that was
Great.
cool.
Nice.
What kind of
When you ask for that, just tell them those two
what
things.
kind of stuff are you guys gonna do at your conference?
We need to.
We're gonna have a live band
That was
this
still
year.
cool.
Like, this is our first time having one, and we're gonna be having some different workshops, and we're gonna have our allies be there, and we're gonna have one of our candidates that's running for governor, but the other two can't make it because of what's going on, and he's gonna be there for lunch as well, and then we're gonna nominate somebody for the Marshall Rosen Award, and then this is also gonna be a 2-day conference. It's gonna be overnight at the hotel at the Hilton Garden starting in Bangor, Maine here.
Cool. What's new in Vermont?
Max, you want to take the lead on that?
Sure.
Maybe talk a little bit about the, I'm thinking about how, if you wouldn't mind telling people about the video that we made that was supposed to be for the NEAT presentation in D.C.
About the video we did last week for the registration form.
Is that the reinventing quality? Oh yeah, we did do that one. Yeah, we made a video for the reinventing quality conference because we couldn't be in person in D.C., but we made a video that they presented down there.
And do you remember the video was about how to make
Meetings more accessible.
specifically
If you sit there and
self-advocacy
look at the camera.
meetings? Yeah.
On that table there, there's a spot.
And what kind of a format did you use for it? Was it just a lecture format, or what did you do?
We're on mute right now, but we're recording, so we still have stuff on the camera.
Yeah, we gave examples.
Remember, Max, how you interviewed Nicole and then you interviewed Kyle?
Well, I'm sorry I didn't remember everything, but I'll just... yeah, we interviewed everyone, and we just got input from people based on their experience in meetings and got advice from them.
How did you think that went, Max?
It went really well, actually.
What do you think, like, because you've made a lot of videos over the years for YouTube. What, do you have any suggestions about going, like, what if you're going to make your next video, what did you learn from that you want to do?
I would say do the same format and make sure that we include people, voices from people that have disabilities that have been in meetings based on their experience, what people can do to make meetings more accessible.
And Max, you want to, I'm not so sure everybody, I know Keith, thank you very much, Keith, for watching the video and writing back to us and giving us some great feedback and comments. But I'm wondering, Max, do you want to tell people, they may not be familiar with Kyle, so talk a little bit about who Kyle is and how he communicates?
Kyle is a person who works in our office who uses facilitated communication, which means that he uses a device to type. And he has been working with us for like a couple of years now. And he's a really good, person to kind of rely on in terms of any information to make meetings more accessible.
Thank you, Max. And then, Max, I'm sorry I keep putting you on the spot, but I'm not so sure if I know Nicole's not on the phone today. But did you have anything? Did you want to comment about how we're planning to do our technical assistance with Rhode Island in September?
Yeah, sure. We'll be collaborating with Rhode Island on technical assistance. When is that again? In September.
Remember, Max, how we were talking to Deb about making a trip down there?
That's one of the things I told you to talk to us.
Yeah, she just talked to you.
No, she was asking Max if he remembers. She mentioned my name. Cause are we off mute now?
It's okay, Max. You want me to just take it from here and talk about?
Go ahead.
Okay, so a lot of our in our matching up when we did our state plan, quite a few things that we're doing a match up with Rhode Island. So some of us are going to make a trip down to Rhode Island. We have a meeting we have to go to in like the more southern part of the state. So we're going to just head on down and go down to Rhode Island and spend the whole day with Rhode Island, and then drive back up that evening. So we're looking forward to that in September. We'll have lots of technical assistance forms to fill out after that. What kind of stuff are you? This is Sky from Vermont. What kind of things are you guys thinking about, like giving each other assistance about?
Are we off mute?
And it's kind of already started a little bit too. I don't know if Deb wants, or somebody from Rhode Island wants to chime in around the youth, getting youth involved stuff.
You can hear us?
Yeah.
We're putting James on the spot because he doesn't know you're coming yet. And actually, Andrew, we haven't met since last week, but when you guys come, we were going to send each other list of things that we're like excited about that we do in our state and that you guys do in your state, so we can kind of know which questions to pick each other's brains about. But one of the questions that we both want to like learn more about to figure out how to do is how to get outreach to that population of kids that are like just getting ready to graduate or just graduated or anywhere along that line to how to get them, connected and involved in learning about self-advocacy. And one thing that we talked about a while ago, last year with people from Vermont, was you guys have a curriculum that you use to do like a class, I guess, with kids, they're kids for me. They're teenagers in transition, and we're going to kind of adapt some of that, like change it to fit our little Rhode Island version, and see if we can get like whoops, our screen just went off because we didn't touch it for a while. Hi. We're going to try to do some of that here. Does it make sense?
Yeah, great.
It's going to be boring, though, when you come. We just,
It's gonna be fun.
We're very...
But
And we're going to talk about all the techie toys. We want to talk about all the techie toys, too, because any chance we get to talk about that, because we're excited about a bunch of techie toy stuff.
Yeah. Very cool. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
no problem, Bob.
You want to hear what we're doing in Rhode Island? For our update thing? We're waiting. Jay caught him again. His mouth is full. You want to tell him about the video?
Well, to starters, we made a video about registering for our annual conference. It seems like the past couple of times there have been quite a few problems with the registration. People using ink colors they weren't supposed to, not having a too good an understanding of the instructions of what they were supposed to be putting down for contact people, what they were supposed to be doing for, how they were supposed to fill out the applications for the hotel rooms and stuff like that. And so we did a video where we hope we've explained so much better how to fill out the registration form for the conference, and also for those who want to stay afterward.
And we started to make a YouTube channel. We're going to put things up there so people could click and... We'll probably put a link on the website, right? The registration forms, and then click here to...
Yeah.
You want to say you ready now?
Yeah.
That is such a cool idea.
James is our vice president, just so you know, so we all have to behave around him. But he's on the advisory group, too. You actually just went off camera. You were better on camera. Wait. Don't move. I mean, you don't have to move. We'll just move this. There. Good.
Good night.
Yeah. No, wait.
Two in Massachusetts.
Wait, we're not done.
Continue going.
He's getting there.
Last week I missed one of our meetings that we have, and I was able to do a video conference through my iPod from my office.
Cool.
So now we're making a whole training out of it.
And we're doing a whole training of making a whole training thing about it. We're also working on helping people learn email through the internet. We're doing a class on that too.
This is Sky. I didn't hear the last thing you said. You're helping people learn how to do what?
We're doing a class on how to help people do email. People that don't know how to do email.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Can't find the camera. But wait, there's more.
There's always more.
That we're having a conference. Well, just tell them what the conference is about.
Oh, we're having our annual conference in October. the day before Halloween, which the 30th. It's called Power Up.
And Keith made the logo for it, so if you go on our website and see it, that's the famous artist right there that did it. So.
Woohoo! Hey, you're a famous artist too.
And our leadership classes.
And we're starting our leadership class. When is it?
September, the last Wednesday in September is the retreat. What's that? 20-something. 24th?
4th.
We do that every year. We have a leadership class that teaches the basic stuff of like just some introduction to like public speaking and your support plan and decision making and a whole bunch of different topics. And so that new class is starting in September. And then the thing that that James mentioned, the email classes that we're doing, we're starting it like an academy kind of a thing for the people that graduate from our leadership class with a whole bunch of different mini courses. And the first one that we're doing, we fitted in with working on the NEAT grant too, because we're doing it on like he said, like teaching people just the basics of using email.
That's so great.
We're doing it like one little bite at a time too. That's what's cool about the academy is like we're just taking like little bits of a topic and like doing 4 classes on some little bit of a topic, and then we'll have like another class on some other little piece of the topic. So it can just keep going and going. And the people that take one class have to be willing to help teach that class next time.
That's a cool idea.
Huh.
Great.
That's it.
And now we're done.
What is new in Massachusetts?
This is Patty from Mass. I just want to bring one thing up. I think each team should have one person to talk with the update because it's almost 12:30, and if we have a lot of things on the agenda, things are taking too long. You know, it's so what's up in Massachusetts? We passed all our
Just pull
bills,
the phone closer
like
so we
the
can get that one.
realized bill,
He can reach it, so you can do the camera.
background checks, all our budget passed. So we did very well on our bills. So, and then this morning I'm changing. We starting having a self-advocacy group. We started a new group. We're gonna start. We went this morning, met the group, and it seems like we're gonna do well on that. And that's it for Massachusetts.
This is Ann. Mass is preparing for their annual conference on October 18th. We're just getting together an ad book. I can send you the information after the call for our ad book. We're also, I don't know what we're doing regarding to the grants exactly, but we're also very excited to be sending a great number of people to the SAVE conference.
Great. And I know that Ed said you guys were going to have a meeting next week to kind of get together, so that might be a good, I think that's sort of what your guys' plan is. I just know that because he emailed us.
I don't know about that.
I'll give you the inside scoop.
Yeah, I guess.
Outside scoop, rather.
I know next week we're having a conference planning committee, or maybe the week after. I don't know about that next week.
What is this?
I think that was the rumor that I heard.
Get it.
But
Go through it.
let
It's
me
in the
know
middle.
next
It's in the
week
inside part somewhere.
if that turned out or not.
All right. But
I think it's a guitar for
I know his,
Leprechaun.
I think it's been helping another state. I don't know if it's North Dakota or North Carolina or something with technical assistance.
Oh, cool.
I don't know how he got there or something like that, but
Do an icebreaker.
I know
And say, what's this thing?
I read in some email that it's being done.
It's an avocado slice.
That's all I have. I'll send you the information on our ad book, though.
That'd be cool.
If I could send it to Sterling and then she could get it out to everybody else for me, that would be good. Is that okay?
Yeah, or you can send us my email address too.
Well, tell me who's talking.
Hillary, sorry.
All right. I'll send it to both of you, and then I can count on you to get it out to other people because I'm at work right now.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
All right.
What is new in New Hampshire?
New Hampshire. Well, we've been working the last few months on, first of all, New Hampshire is going to managed care, and they're phasing in what they call phase 2, where people with disabilities and their services are going to go into a managed care system. And the state is having forums with certain leadership groups around the state, and People First of New Hampshire and the advocacy group is one of the groups that they asked to take part. So we have been working to make sure that we get them the hard questions. And so on September 20th, the managed care companies and the state is coming to our meeting to work on how to hear what people with disabilities have to say about managed care and how their services are going to be taken care of. So we're very excited that people were asked to take part in this. Usually people with disabilities are left outside, and their input is really not given. So we're very excited about that. The other thing is we did have our Live It, Love It, Learn It. Oh, sorry. John would have my head. Learn It, Live It, Love It conference, our Self-Advocacy conference, and it was phenomenal. It was absolutely phenomenal. The last minute, our keynote, his wife went to labor, so we had to have substitute keynotes, and it was John Fenley and Robin Carlson, so they talked about direct support professionals and self-advocates and how they work together. So it was a fantastic conference. People really enjoyed it. We are still working on our board development and have been working really hard on that. So we've been doing quite a bit. That's pretty much it.
Thanks, David.
You're welcome.
What is new in New York?
Maybe one suggestion we can make after this is for the next time they do this, ask every state to like sing in their
Sorry,
names
this
ahead
is
of time,
Sophia.
like, type them
Trying
up or
to
something like
unmute my
a
phone.
blurb,
It
so
took
we
me a
don't spend the
second
whole
there.
meeting doing this.
Kathy, I don't know if you want me to make the report.
Board meeting.
So I think I have talked to Kathy before this statement. I'll make I can give you a little bit from what Clint and Steve told me about our statewide plan. We're moving forward on our plan. One of the things that I'm sorry, I'm walking in from my car, so I've been in my car. One of the things that we are, what we started developing was a mentorship project, and I don't know if Mike wants to talk about that. Want to talk about that, Mike?
I can talk about that.
We
Well,
can't
you know,
volunteer for that one, but we can.
when it comes to our state and our region, we have difficulty getting people
do not volunteer.
motivated to stay involved.
And part of that is because a lot of us old timers, and I use that loosely because I'm not old, darn it. But a lot of us old timers have like this fire in us, but you know the wood is kind of getting wet. We don't light up as good as we used to. So what we want to do is we want to really train advocates to know why they're doing what they're doing, how they do it, and how to be effective advocates. Because we have good advocates, but they sometimes aren't as effective as they could be. Through knowing why you're an advocate and how to go about, dealing with an issue or advocating for an issue or on an issue of that nature. So I think that will help us, and I think that will help many other groups across the country because we the tools are there. We just need to use them.
So, can you hear me? I can hear you guys. Okay. So one of the things that we are doing that Mike Kennedy and we got together recently to develop a mentorship program between current leaders and older leaders and younger leaders, and matching them up going to meetings. So they'll attend various meetings, system advocacy meetings, especially related to policy advocacy. We find that a lot of people don't have a lot of experience or knowledge about doing policy advocacy. So pairing people up to go to meetings and then getting them together to talk with each other, and we're just doing that project. That's cool. So, and, it's sort of a retirement plan for Mike Kennedy. Eventually he can tour the country and promote his book. Hey, tell Mike his book is really good. It definitely will. And I wanted to say to you guys about the, hold on, I need to get off my phone.
Put your face closer.
I just was coming from another meeting. But now I'm in Mike's office. The Vermont video, that video that you made, Max, we used that in our Standing View training.
I love you. Thank you for saying that. No, actually, it came out good. That is good.
I'm afraid I got some mild facial weakness.
But this is good.
And how to have effective self-advocacy groups or tips for that. And so we use that, and especially really help. I think people really like the part about facilitated communication, but also the whole thing. We use the whole video to illustrate one of our examples in our session on effective self-advocacy groups. So it was very helpful, and I'm going to share it. That was just in one part of New York State, but other parts. These are very good supplements to our training. Awesome. Yeah, so that was really great. One of the things we wanted to invite, so I think Vermont might be coming to our conference, or yes, me and Sky got the invitation, and it's through email. We need more details about that. Okay, so I'll make sure that Clinton will connect with you about that. But one of the thoughts that Steve shared with me was that this is one way that we might want to attend each other's conferences. Not just Vermont, but the other states, that we may be able to use at least some of our money grant to go to each other's conferences.
Oh no, teleconference. Yeah, we want to do this.
We learn a lot. I know we learned a lot by going to wanted to propose that idea of going to each other's conferences as part of the technical assistance grant. That's something that we can do. Yeah. I totally agree with you, Sophie, about that idea. And then,
you're welcome to come to ours.
What's that?
You're welcome to come to ours.
Oh, maybe can people maybe share, is there a way to share the when and the
when and the where of the conferences that...
If you guys have a Facebook account, you can do it through that too, for me.
So you can, this is Sky, yeah. If you send them to us, then we can distribute them to everyone, and we can put them on Facebook. And our website is moving very quickly, so we'll soon be able to put it all up on the one calendar for NEAT on the website.
Gotcha.
Get it out via Facebook and email like today.
All right.
Yeah.
We can do that for it.
I will.
Okay. And then I think, you know, at our statewide conference, we're going to also be initiating some things around leadership, a meeting at our statewide conference around leadership. And it's just in terms of the other parts of our goals we had. We're working on our website, and so just working on that aspect of getting our website and our databases and working with someone to get those just to be a little bit more accessible and more usable by everybody. So that's another thing that we're working on. You know, some of the things that are going on in New York State right now, there's just a lot happening policy-wise, and so we've been, you know, the move to managed care is slowly happening. It hasn't quite hit us yet, but that's going to be. But the move to individualized services and self-directed services is happening already, and one of the things that we are talking about is educating self-advocates, because we're getting calls, at least in our office, of self-advocates who, one of the things they did in New York State was they have a service called Community Have, so it's like an assistant to help you during the day or evening or whatever, at your house or in the community. So it's an individualized service, but one of the things they did was they just switched it, and they just said, it's self-directed Community Have, so all Community Have is self-directed. What we're finding is that people who are getting this service actually first of all, don't know that happened, and second of all, don't know what that means. Well, they don't realize that they should hire their own staff or fire the staff that they have, that they could hire people that they are looking for, and they also don't understand what is being required of them because they have a little more responsibility under those kind of services. And so, and then also just in general, our system, we've been advocating for self-direction and individualized services for a really long time, but there hasn't been this sort of, the whole system hasn't embraced it until now, and they're being forced to. And so just on many, many different levels, New York State is undergoing this huge change in understanding of our system and the way services are being provided. And so we're just been very much involved in
Excuse me, this is Patty. Can you speak a little bit louder, please? I have a problem hearing.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just saying that's been a lot of our activity recently has been involved with the massive system change that's going on, and giving input on the policies that New York State disability services offices are developing to try to implement all these changes that are happening, and then we are looking at trying to educate advocates about and getting everybody sort of understanding the whole changes in policy that are happening on a statewide level.
Awesome.
I just want to say that the kind of what's interesting in our state is the social aspect of it. I think is difficult for people because now you're going from a systemized way of thinking to an individualized way of thinking, and particularly families are wondering, where does my relative or family member fit in? They're not quite understanding what it means to be individualized. It's a difficult change for some people.
We agree with you.
Well, that's pretty much it. There may be some other things we're supposed to report, but I can't remember.
Yeah,
I think that's pretty good for us.
Yeah.
Guys, that was a great update. I just wanted to let you guys know, so when we wrote the project, you guys think way back to last July when we started kind of scrambling to get this together. I can't believe it was a year ago. We had sort of thought that, you know, we really wanted to try to get Connecticut involved, but because we had such a short deadline, we weren't able to get, you know, all the states that are right now part of this project, so all the states on the phone were able to get everything together on time, and Connecticut was really busy, so they weren't able to. So we had said, okay, we will reach out to them at the beginning of year 2 to try to get them on board as the 7th state for this project. So over the last few weeks, and Hillary and I have both been on vacation. Hillary was gone at the beginning of August, and I was gone for a week. So before we left, we started speaking with Chad. Many of you guys know Chad, probably. And Chad is a really big, a really kind of a big leader in the Connecticut self-advocacy world. And just talked to him about this project, and he's very, very excited about it and about getting self-advocates involved. And then I also spoke with a woman named Nicole Kadovius, and Nicole works at what's called Ability Beyond, which is an organization that supports self-advocacy a lot in addition to other stuff. And Nicole, actually Chad works with Nicole. They work at the same organization. So she and I also spoke, and I, you know, explained the project, and she was also really, really interested. And they do a lot of cool work with technology too, so they thought that would fit really well in. So where we left it was about a week and a half ago, I emailed them tons of information about needs, probably way more than they wanted. But I sent them, you know, Sandra from Maine made the most phenomenal video, and Topper and Max and Nicole and Kyle made this phenomenal video, and Hillary made a really phenomenal video too about sort of our next steps. So I sent them all those videos so they can kind of see what we're up to, and I sent them our brochure, and I sent them some stuff from the original grant. So I just, you know, they said at this point they need information, and then they're going to kind of chat with themselves and figure out if they can, you know, what they can do to fit into the project. So they really, I think, want to be part of it. They just need to figure out how they're going to make it work. So we should be talking with them again in the next couple weeks. So I guess my question is there anyone who, I know there's different folks who've worked with folks from Connecticut over the years. Is there anyone who feels like maybe they'd like to be part of the conversation with Connecticut when we talk to them again about how the project's going? And is there anyone who really thinks they'd like to maybe help out with that conversation?
Yes, Patty, I will help out.
Patty, you'd like to volunteer? That would be awesome.
And
Volunteers, John.
just email me when to call and everything.
Patty, we will.
And
All right, thank you.
okay, so Max and John are also volunteering. John, did I hear you?
Yes.
Okay. And exactly, Max is saying since he was a regional rep, he is a regional rep. He's still, I'm trying to move him along. So that's great. So we will keep you guys updated. Thank you, volunteers.
Welcome.
Okay,
Scott, this is Ann. I know that Carol Grabby from Connecticut used to be involved. And I was wondering maybe she still wants to be involved with Connecticut.
so when we wrote to them,
Yeah,
I don't know that she was she on the email? Ann, could you email me her name?
Can you turn that off for a minute?
So this is Topper. So Sky and Ann. So Carol's you're right, Ann, she's a long time person that's been involved and come to a lot of neat meetings in the past. But she's also one of the self-advocates that works for the state of Connecticut.
That's what I was going to say.
So she was on that initial loop, Sky. Oh, okay. I think the outreach was sent to all of the self-advocates who are working for the state. Varian was on there, Carol was on there. So yeah, I think she got information.
Chad,
And we can,
including Chad.
yeah. Well, we'll keep you guys posted. So, we could figure out a plan with them and get them started on October 1st if that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
So
That's what we've been talking about, getting them involved in year 2 of it.
so that's all I have for that. Thank you.
Power launches. The first power
Hello?
launch is...
Wait. Can I my hand?
Go right ahead.
Go ahead.
We have a question. Does that affect if you got if Connecticut joins us on October 1st? What does that do to the budget?
It doesn't. Well, for year 2, we budgeted for 7 states. So it won't change the amount of money that each state would get per year.
But you okay? But it's all factored in that they could that would. That's cool. Yep. Okay.
We anticipated that we would have a 7th state for year 2, so we budgeted for that.
Cool.
So fingers crossed.
They're already crossed.
You can shut me up.
Sorry. Yeah.
So, we need a volunteer to do the first power launch, which is August 27th from 12 to 1. And the first topic we are going to talk about is fundraising. Would somebody like to volunteer to run that power launch?
Say that again, please.
Our first power launch is August 27th from 12
We could do another one.
to 1. Would somebody like to volunteer to run that one? It's about fundraising.
So can you maybe remind people on the call what power lunches are?
Power lunches are a lunches where you meet or lunch about different topics.
Who would get to go to the power lunches?
For me, advisory group. And we will do that through Google Hangouts.
And is it just kind of like what do you think the format's going to be like?
Questions and answers, basically.
Like people just kind of talking to each other?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be very casual.
What time?
What?
From what time?
From 12 to 1.
I'll do that.
Would you like to study volunteering to do the first one, you think?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So John, maybe if you wanted to, I don't know if you would want Hillary and I to maybe help organize sort of we were thinking, so we haven't talked about this as the group yet. And John, I think you do great. But this is just so people can talk about different ways that their self-advocacy groups raise money or that their organizations are raising money, just to so people would need to come to the call kind of with some ideas of things that, their groups are doing. Like, for example, Max, can I put you on the spot for a second?
Yeah.
What kind of fundraising has your local group done? Can you think of something they might have done? Or Sterling, can you think of something that maybe your local group has done to raise money?
Great. Our friends helping friends too.
Yeah, or Hillary, do you have an example?
Well, Friends Helping Friends did a car wash to raise money. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what else we did.
Yeah, and then so we would be talking about things from that to ways that the whole organization raises a lot of money.
I do know that there's groups from throughout the state of Vermont here, local groups that have sold stuff as fundraising.
Well, we did a fundraising here for the state of Maine. We tried to ask the Red Sox Foundation that they would fundraise for our conference for some of the money for the buses to get the other people from the northern part of the state and the southern part of the state.
John, that's an awesome example. So, and Max and Hillary, it would just be like an hour for people to just kind of chat about that kind of stuff, so people can kind of share their ideas and their stories. And the person who volunteers to John, your job is going to kind of help people to talk and then to kind of keep people, focused.
Yeah, I do a lot of fundraising, so I'm used to it.
All right.
John, we'll help you run it too.
All right, so we will email you.
All right.
Proper
Yeah.
I'm thinking that,
Anybody can on that call.
I mean,
Yeah.
is this something we should be getting other people in our state to let them know about this power lunch, or do we not have the capacity to have 100 people?
I don't know, how many can you get Google Hangout?
Well, if we do a Google Hangout, we're limited to 10 people. If we do a conference call, which is a little harder with lots of people,
No.
I don't know. I mean, if we did a go-to-meeting, then we could have a lot more people. It sort of depends on
How many people want to do it?
how many people are going to be there. I mean, this first one sounds good. This is Topper again. First one sounds great. I'm just making a proposal that for the next ones and here on out that we think about using GoToMeeting and think about it not being the advisory committee, but really it being state to, like that we open it up for our, other people that are involved in our state organizations.
Great, yeah, I agree with Topper about
You
that
can
idea.
for a sec so I can say
What
something.
do other people think?
See my hand. Ooh. We thought the thing, we like that idea, and maybe what we could do as the state organizations is, even if there's a limited number of lines you could call in on, maybe that would mean we just have to do a little bit more coordinating on our end. So we could like for us, we could set up one of the we could do it in the big room, right? And set it up.
Yeah.
We could set up like a web conference kind of thing in the big room we use, and just invite people from the different local groups to come to that. Like in each state, maybe it's Rhode Island, so it's easier, I know, but you could like organize it somehow so we don't limit ourselves just because we think there's only like 10 lines or 20 lines or something, but just like it would mean like more work for us to like, make it happen locally.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Dan.
Yeah.
And these topics, like, I think, like, in New York State, we're sort of organized by regions, right? So we each have a regional office. We have about 6 regional offices, and maybe a couple of the region. I'm trying to think, is it our board members that we would be having on a call, or the leaders from and advisors from the Self-Advocacy groups? There's lots of groups in our region too.
We want to do a mix and match. I think there's people from New York. I think it'd be a little easier that way.
Yeah, and so then the topics fundraising, as a statewide organization, we don't do a lot of fundraising, but local groups do a lot of fundraising and do have innovative ideas a lot of them have employed their agencies. Just for example, there's an agency here that every time they get a confirmed abuse report, they pay the Self-Advocacy group $100. So that's something like the group advocated for, and there's a lot of different examples like that are from local groups. So I guess to me, it's what are the topics? Just for example, that issue of fundraising. Is it fundraising as a statewide organization or local groups raising funds?
Either way,
Yeah.
whatever the topic happens to be about.
Yeah.
And Sophia, would it be helpful if we read a couple of the other topics to you?
Sure.
Let me open them up because Hillary's screen is being shared. So the other topics that people had come up with are, and I know we have to wrap up in a second. So our statewide conferences, using technology, youth, fun chapter or local group activities, growing your membership, and public speaking, media, and working with local TV stations. So these are the upcoming topics. So September, the topic will be statewide conferences. Although maybe we should switch that to November because everyone's conference is in October.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you want to do that, we can switch. them.
The only thing is, my conference is in September. That's the only problem.
All right, but by then, well, we can figure out.
I told you mine's in 2 weeks. Yeah.
I'm going to say we have to leave. We have to leave for our board meeting.
Maybe what we'll do is I think it'd be kind of fun to have a little, I don't know, people who are really interested in this topic maybe could email Hillary and I, and we could make a little subcommittee. Anyone? Nobody's interested. Cricket. Come on, people.
Oh, they already answered you.
I'll be
Oh, did they?
It takes a village, people.
You mean the interest in the topic of
What?
power lunches?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll help with that.
I'm
So, yeah.
interested.
Hey, Patty will do it.
Yeah.
We'll help with that.
This is Topper. Somebody from Vermont will be there. Okay.
Tell them the danger here.
Okay.
Maybe, just thinking if we had like a group to kind of help coordinate, that would be awesome.
Yeah. Why don't we do it with 3 people right now, and then we can just go from there to make it a little easier.
And two, this is Patty from Massachusetts. But everybody that on the, we should have not the same people volunteer all the time. We should have other people who should have done it volunteer too.
Yeah.
For the first one, we'll do it this way, and then the next one, then we'll switch out.
Great.
Yeah. Make it a little easier.
Okay. Perfect. Anything else, Hillary, or are we...
Oh, our next advisory group meeting is September 24th from noon to 1 again. I don't know how we're doing it.
No. Any last day requests? Do people like go to meeting, or...
We could do with the, not Skype, but the other one that Yahoo has, or whatever it's called.
Google? You mean?
Hello.
Yeah, whatever it's called.
Hello.
Okay. Maybe if people could email us and say, like, we're going to send some surveys out, so maybe people could email, say...
We're raising our hand. I know it looks like we're waving. I'm sorry.
Me too, I'm raising.
Can we? Can we just ask? Wednesdays are really. I don't know if they're all set for Wednesdays, but
Today's Thursday, you mean?
is next month? Wednesdays and Thursdays we have our Are they all set for these? Can we look at other days of the week sometimes?
Yeah, I think
like Tuesdays would be better.
Tuesdays was that they would like it to be
Not
the
me.
same
Not
Oh,
me.
you're not
day
here
of
on
the
Tuesdays.
week and the same
So we're gonna
time
have to
each
rotate
month
it.
to kind of keep it
We
consistent.
all go out.
So
Okay, so
we
you
could
could
look
do
at doing another day of the week if people wanted to.
Yeah.
What you should do is do the Survey Monkey, and then shoot us some dates or whatever, and then we can go from there.
But you can do Thursdays. You said even if there's a board meeting, it's okay. Being here at the same time. I take it back.
Also is that, we just are getting used to using GoToMeeting, and so, John, I like the idea about maybe trying other stuff out, but I also don't want to lose people once they learn a certain technology and then we switch to something else. So I mean, I would be kind of a fan of hanging in there with one technology for a while and kind of liking the GoToMeeting only because it
I want to be at the board meeting.
can join in. So as we move to power lunches and stuff,
Should we wait?
people can, anyway.
Or you're
it's
closest
just
to the
a
door, so you
babbling,
decide.
but
Could I also
No, I
say
won't tell us
that,
whether we should wait or not.
I'm on a state computer, and
Oh,
yeah.
they block a lot of the other sites out. So GoToMeeting is a site that the state allows.
Do you want to
us.
wait till the end of it?
So this is great.
Let me speak. Hey, guy, we in Rhode Island kind of have to go, and our camera's about to clock out, so...
hey, you guys can turn it off. Thank you so much for recording.
You're welcome.